It's a pleasure to see you guys again. So sorry that I'm coming up late with this Sun and Libra video, and a little bit late also with Scorpio. I moved, so that's kind of why I've been a little bit, a little off. So I wanted to go ahead and begin with the Sun and Libra, okay? Now, the Sun is the fixed light that you're comfortable shining yourself with. It's the aspect of your personality that is confident and secure in showing this aspect of itself, okay? So, and also another thing that we have to take in mind is that the Sun is the ego. And when we look at light from a certain angle or perspective will cast a shadow. So there will always be a shadow aspect of you being comfortable showing your light as well. So beginning with the Sun in Libra is a very interesting placement. We have to take it in mind that Libra was a group decision. And after some time, some philosophers, they got together and they decided to put Libra in the position that it's in. What's very interesting to understand about Libra is Libra has taken an assessment of all the zodiac signs before itself. It's the soul consciousness having lived the Aries perspective, lived the Taurus perspective, lived the Gemini perspective, the Cancer, the Leo, the Virgo. And now here we are at Libra. And we're going to do life strategically. When we look at the past life that we were just in the sign of Virgo, we were all perfectionists. We were about achieving an ideal. And we were about seeing ourselves in our mastery, in our most improved way of being, and our ideal way of being. That's what we were all thinking about when we were in the sign Virgo. And through that whole process, there were a few details that were missed. Number one, Virgo kind of got lost with interactions with people. So when we come into Libra, we're understanding that we need to achieve a balance with ourselves in association with others. We don't want to overgive, because when we overgive, we end up losing. But then at the same time, we also realize from evolution that when we focus too much on ourselves, we don't necessarily get the full picture either, okay? Because we're still going to have to work with others in order to have a fulfilled life. In the art of negotiations in dealing with others is in getting our way, and also in getting other people to feel like they got their way as well. It's in both parties coming to an understanding of commonality, of a common interest. Two separate individuals who are here for a collective purpose. They can both achieve mutual benefits from the relationship. And so this is what we're understanding with Libra. Okay? In order to be able to move about in life with a certain strategy to achieve everything we're trying to achieve, we have to make sure that we're harmonious with others so that we're not wasting time. Because what Aries and Libra are both in charge of is speed. And the reason why I keep bringing up Aries in the process of understanding Libra is to understand that that is the shadow side of Libra. And what makes them both two sides of the same coin is what we need to study. Aries is about going out there and go getting it now. And Libra is about studying the environment to go and get it effectively. So here we are. Now we have to understand that when we have a Libra person, how do we empower them to understand how to use their energy better? Because astrology is not just here for us to just say, hey, this is your sign, this is your personality, this is how you're comfortable showing your light and your confidence. Yes, you're comfortable making judgments, you're comfortable with common law, you're comfortable with understanding the status quo and understanding how to deal with people in relation with others. Yes, Libras are comfortable with that. Yes, they are. But if a Libra wants to actually use astrology to benefit them in life, they have to understand when the Aries energy is going to push them forward in the goal. Because the truth is that we have to conquer our ego in order to be very productive. Because sometimes we may be confident shining our light in this way, but it's not the most effective or logical way to get something done, because all of the energies around us always exist. The sun is only how we gauge how we are stimulated by the energy, but the sun is not always going to push us into achieving what we're looking to be here for. So that's where the strategy has to come in. So you've got to learn, when you're a Libra, you have to learn when to take action. So here we are at the final cut of the Sun and Libra video. And let's just go ahead and go over the key fundamental points that we need to have in order to understand how to execute the Libra energy to its best ability. Okay? So justice is fair and even. Two individual perspectives that have a disagreement need to feel made whole. So we have to have a conversation with these two individual perspectives. And we have to say, okay, guys, you both are two types of people. Okay, you are coming from this angle. This person is coming from that angle. And this is the common law. And this common law is the understanding of what is fair from the perspective of the collective conscious of society. Society agrees for this to be law, so we all have a fair chance in order to pursue happiness. So you guys can be made whole in this disagreement by this and this and this, and this is my judgment for today. That is how the legal system balances disputes and comes to a fair arrangement. Okay, justice is not just a hammer. This person is guilty. This person is innocent. This is this. I mean, we as people who are emotionally imbalanced, we tend to want that, right? But how the legal system weighs things out is they say, hey, you know, this is not about passion. This is actually about understanding and coming into a calm. Okay, and let's all put our egos aside and let's come to this place where we both understand each other. Okay, and this is how the court system does things. Okay, so then we have the Greek goddess Themis. Themis is, especially in America, it is the symbol that we use to understand what is fair. So this is what they teach in all the law schools. They use this symbol, and also when you go into Supreme Court, like as you guys see where I am, and any type of place, they will go ahead and show you the Greek goddess Themis. Now Themis is the goddess of divine law and order. She has a blindfold. Her blindfold is to symbolize impartiality. A fair judgment would not discriminate against anybody. It would not see people for being superior just because of race or class or situation. It's going to be purely because it's just going to look at things from a value system of how do things need to be balanced out. So law and order in a just way is not going to discriminate against anybody. So this is why the goddess has the blindfold, so that she can see the fair value without being distracted by physical appearance. And then she has the scales of justice. The scale is there to understand, are they even? Are they even? What was done in this situation? Now how does it need to be made whole on this side? What needs to be done for it to be whole on this side? This is how a judge is going to determine it with the law. Okay? And then she has a sword. The sword is used to give punishment. If people do something that is unfair to another person, that person comes to court, that person says, hey, this was done to me. How am I going to be compensated? How is my family going to be safe after this situation? What are you guys going to do? This is what people ask the government. And so therefore the judge has to give a sentence or has to give a punishment of some kind of way. So for there to be retribution for what this person has been accused and found guilty of doing. So the sword is to be used strategically to bring a balance as well. So all of these keys are the fundamental keys that need to be understood by the Libra person in order for the Libra person to use this in their life. Understanding when it's better to take action immediately and to trust yourself individually. Because it's always better to understand that everything does not have to be always by the book, evaluated and assessed and stuff, because we're going to end up wasting time doing that. So in life, sometimes we have to trust the judgment of appointed officials and trust fashion. Beauty is important. Having a beautiful image is intelligent. When we want to achieve a level of networking, we want to advance ourselves to higher levels, you know, we have to understand what is attractive. This is a logical thing, okay? It is attractive to wear this outfit, to wear this dress. What is professional? What is appropriate to wear in this setting, in this setting? All of this is intelligence, you know, and so we have to understand how to introduce ourselves and how to introduce other people, and that's how we evolve. So thank you so much for being with me in this time. I encourage you guys to check out my website, 2 blogs I have currently. Of course, Zodiac-Gemstone. This blog will give you all of the metaphysical information on what you need information-wise on the coding, as well as spirituality, philosophy topics, social studies, all kinds of different things I go over in that blog. As well as I have another blog that has been newly created called BrittanyBeautyHealer.com that goes over my beauty, fashion, hair, organic, holistic living, all of those things, all encompassing. Living in the seasons as well. You know, we cannot forget that there is an organization of the world. You know, we have fall, winter, spring. You know, when you develop an understanding of how all of the seasons are all connecting with each other, and you live your life through understanding those seasons, you're going to find that you have more organization. So that blog is to help us stay grounded within which season, doing different kinds of articles and fun little exercises, and just reviewing all the fashion trends that are happening in the moment. Okay? So you guys also will be able to email me. Okay? You guys can email me. Anything requires business inquiries, you guys can email me, and that is in the description box below. Okay? As well as the pinned comment. I go ahead and put the email. And a lot of you guys have been asking me, when am I going to do readings? When am I going to do natal charts? Expect to hear about that soon.